Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. The moon is in Scorpio. Happy 4th of July all around the world. This reading is for the 5th of July through the 12th of July, which pushes us a couple of days past the full moon in Capricorn, which pushes us past that full moon in Capricorn. So this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a general reading. So take only what resonates with you all. I received a very concerning message. So let me just make this crystal clear. My readings are not about me. Okay, I'm just going to say that, and that's all I'm going to say about that. My readings are not about me. I channel messages. I pray over the cards prior to reading the cards. So I pick up on energy very, very well, right? So I'm going to read these cards here. And as always, channeling energy, right? Channeling energy. And I've already prayed that God protects me as I channel these messages here. So the moon is in Scorpio. Right now, at the time of filming, the moon being in Scorpio, it actually affects these parts of your body. So be very mindful that spirit spirit can talk to you through your physical body. Your body is very telling of like what's going on. Can tell you from the inside, like through your body, your physical body. Can give you signs through, and when the moon is in Scorpio, through your genitals, your anus, your prostate, that area. You know, it's time to purge. Something is time to purge, right? So when it's, and then, you know, around, so when the moon is in Scorpio, right now it's in the waxing gibbous moon in Scorpio. And so some kind of, when it's in Scorpio, it's trying to expose what's hidden truth or emotional depth what must be confronted right now in order to align fully with your intentions, right? In other words, what needs to be purged, right? Capricorn actually rules 10th house, but you have two more houses that you need to get through in order to close out cycles, right? You all are that sign that rules 10th house, right? That's that house of career, fame, purpose, why we're here on planet Earth, right? And so you all are the wise ones. When you come through, you come out of the womb, you can already know. And so a lot of people try to put Capricorns in their place as kids, basically saying, basically trying to make you all feel like age equates to wisdom. And it does not. It just means that people have been on Earth longer than you have. Once you all have figured out, okay, this is my purpose here on planet Earth. Okay, this is why I'm here. I know my North Node, and you can pull your birth chart because now today we have technology. You have access to birth charts. You can pull your birth chart. So when it comes to Scorpio, actually rules 8th house. When you look at the 8, when you turn it to the side, it looks like a chain. Once you learn how to unchain yourself from energies who have you chained to stuff that you may not know about, that could be unhealthy and wounding for you because they haven't done the shadow work. There's 3 themes around Scorpio gibbous moon. The shadow, which is what emotional truth, fear, or pattern is hiding beneath the surface that needs to be confronted. There's some people that people could be attached to that they're not ready to confront yet. The second part of it is the mirror work, right? That's how is this hidden truth currently reflecting in your actions, relationships, or mindset. The third part of that, and I know I got 4 fingers, but the third part of that is the alchemy. How can you transform or integrate this truth to stay aligned with your path and purpose? So look at it this way, but we're going to jump right into tarot here. But I wanted to first address that part because I've seen quite a few comments over the years. People are like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm just concerned. And I've said it more than one time, my readings, that I'm not talking about me when I'm reading cards. And I think a lot of readers may have to address that. Well, I can't speak for the rest of the readers, but when I'm channeling messages, I'm like, oh wow, that's what I'm seeing in the cards here. Trying to encourage you all to say, hey, look, some of y'all may be still connected to family members and friends that they're not ready to do the work. And some of you all may be still trying to save people when we don't have the power to save other human beings. We don't have the power to save other human beings. Some people you're just going to have to say, okay, I'm just going to have to pray for them, but I'm going to have to, continue closing out a cycle. I'm going to have to see what's in my 11th house, what's in my 12th house, close out a cycle and move on. 12th house is about endings. So I can close out this cycle. That's the world card. I feel fulfilled without certain people, places, and things. I can do this, right? So I'm going to have to purge. I'm going to have to purge. I'm going to have to turn these negative situations. This is the alchemist. I'm going to have to learn how to transmute that energy, right? And so this is what every time the moon moves into Scorpio, that's when you're learning, okay, as painful as something is, ending something, I'm going to have to learn how to transmute that energy and moving on to the 11th house, see what's in that 11th house. But my sign is in the 11th house. And that number 11 is a master number, right? So you could be seeing 11s in every form. You can see it in 29, 38, 47, 56, 65, 74, 83, 92. You can see it all over the place. You can see it in the shape of a door. You can see it in the shape of a window, a rectangle, a square. You can see it all over the place. With source is trying to get you a message through, in the physical sense, or however best you get the message. You can see it in the shape of the cars, the left and the right side of something. And then of course, number 12, you can see that somewhere where source is like, okay, I need you to open up get to that, find out what your sign is in your 12th house. So you can close out some cycles so that you can move on. You can feel fulfilled, right? So let's get into your reading. I've already prayed over everyone's cards, but yeah. Stay focused on the message. Stay focused on the message when you tune in. So let's get into it. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. It's time to flourish. There it is. It is time to flourish. Some people could be still connected to energies who just want you to just hang around, waste your time connected to them so that you're just withering away, staying connected to them. You're not living your absolute best life. Some of y'all want to be in romantic relationships, but you want to be connected to people who want to see you thrive. They want to see you flourish in a romantic relationship, friendships that want to see you flourish, family members that want to see you flourish, living in neighborhoods that want to see you flourish. Who has time to be sitting around just withering away? No, no. So let's get into it. Yeah. Don't get distracted. That's a tool of the enemy, to get distracted. Learn how to pray for people. Pray for yourself. Learn how to pray for people. Sit down and meditate. Go outside, hug a tree, your earth sign. Go hug a tree. Go do some grounding. Go to the gym. Go work out. Do some kind of grounding. Get by yourself. Know your worth and your value. That's the physical existence of things as well. So yeah, so purging. Keep in mind that everybody, Pluto, while it's retrograde right now we have two planets that are retrograde. Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius right now, and Neptune went retrograde on July 4th in Aries, right? Aries is ruled by the Tower card. So you're having a total recall that may seem like a dream, like it could feel like an illusion, like, okay. And by the way, I put retrograde information both on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. Go check it out. Tons of tools and material out there, right? Yeah, I'm going to give you all some Psalms, some scriptures, for being good stewards over your money, focusing on wisdom, integrity, trust in God, not wealth, and using resources, righteously, right? So I'll give you some tips and pointers there too. First card up. You're putting the past behind you. You're learning how to put the past behind you. Putting a manhole cover. So this is really no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Anybody that's speaking death over, like sending bad energy your way, like, oh, you think you're better than, because you live a certain place. Source is intentionally getting you all away from haters. And if you're sitting down like sad, okay, that's an emotion. That's an emotion. You may cry over it for a minute and say, okay, I can't believe, God is moving me away from my friends, and what I, and people are thinking certain things, because remember, Pluto is the judgment card. So there are some people who are judging you based on how you're breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. But Pluto which is retrograde in Aquarius right now until October, I want to say until October 13th. October 14th until October 14th. But then it's going to be in Aquarius and retrograde at various times, but it's going to be in Aquarius until 2043. That is how long people are going to be breaking generational cycles, chains, and curses. People are going to be the first people to go to college, first people to actually have successful marriages in their families, people who are going to be first people who are hosting dinners at their house, breaking the monotony up. Like first people who are graduating from college, going to law school, first people in a family of doctors that's going to be the first musician in their family, successful people, first people that's going to be doing a lot of things in their families. And guess what? They're going to have to do the shadow work. They're going to have to be the alchemist. They're going to have to transmute that negative energy of why do you want to do that? The judgment into something positive. They're going to have to be they're going to be some first people that's going to move away from the pack in the family, constantly being judged. So yeah, it's time to flourish. It's time to flourish. Get near some water. Pull out your birth chart. Study it. Study it, study it, study it. Do the shadow work. Say, I can do this. I'm not staying stuck at number 5. Not staying stuck at number 5. Stop getting distracted. Somebody was amongst 2 dark magicians that had you stuck, just frustrated, confused. And that's now under judgment. They're now under judgment because they were so obsessed with dragging and pulling you into some mess, right? And now your memory, now you haven't causing you to have some kind of nervous breakdown. And so when I say that the enemy is the author of confusion, somebody could have been under some kind of a demonic trance, could have been under some kind of a demonic trance. So when people put comments under videos and say things like, oh, you sound like you're sad, or you sound like you're this and that, really what source is saying, to put a mirror back to yourself. Is that an opportunity for you to pray for someone, or an opportunity to judge someone? That's what source is saying. Rise above the judgment of if you think someone is judging you, but also you're not under someone else's judgment. That's an opportunity to say, you know what, let me pray for somebody. Let me pray for someone. Let me take a minute to go back through my memory. Go back through my memory. This is source is trying to tell somebody, you're actually having a breakthrough, not a breakdown, a breakthrough. This is what breakthroughs feel like. This is what they feel like. It's a fine line. You're putting the past behind you. You're learning how to put the past behind. You're on top of things. That's what a break. Y'all hear people say, "Gosh, I feel like I was having a breakdown," but then you snap out of it. Oh, hold on, this is a break. This is what I prayed for. Wait a minute, right? So yeah, you're breaking some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse. Yeah, something you feel like, you know what, I should have walked away from something a long time ago. Just something I prayed for. See that fire right there? Some kind of inspired action. I prayed for this. Wait a minute. Let me shake. Like on the cartoons when somebody shakes their head real fast and makes that sound. Yeah. I should have walked, in hindsight, I should have walked away from something a long time ago. Somebody could have went on a vacation on a beach or something. Your prayers have been answered. That lets me know this moon this is somebody's Independence Day, right? I know this is the World Wide Web. Everybody is not celebrating Independence Day all over the world, right? But this is someone's Independence Day. So this is where you're inspired now. This is where a fire has been put up under somebody. Every time I'm confused, confusion is of the enemy, right? That's where I need to start praying. Whenever I'm confused, that's going to be somebody's mind. If I'm confused about someone else, I'm confused by myself, that's when I'm getting ready to start praying. At the moment of confusion. The moment of confusion. I'm rising above judgment. Some kind of generational cycle chain or curse is being broken. Until 2043, all kinds of generational cycle chains and curses are being broken. I was wearing someone else's skin. And guess who had your back? Source. The people who said they would have your back, right? There's a Leo that said they had your back. Had you in survival mode. Somebody who said they would have your back had you in survival mode, right? But somebody else who was praying for you, a prayer warrior, actually, in your family, and somebody had their back, was praying for you to break a generational cycle chain and curse, to keep you strong. So you have some idea. You have some idea who had your back praying for you. You're never out there alone. You're never out there alone. To put a fire up under you, right? But something is closed out. Something is closed out. Something about you, something about you flying somewhere, being on a plane somewhere flying, and someone was responsible for splitting you and someone up when you went flying. You went on a plane somewhere. Somewhere you were delayed, right? Some kind of a delay that split you and someone up, right? On the plane. Somebody instantly knew who was behind something and immediately started praying for you. Because 1 and 7 is 8. 8 is a quick progression of something, but it also means flying somewhere. So somebody immediately knew through prayer. This prayer warriors are tapped in. That's what I'm saying. Anytime you're confused about anything, immediately go into prayer. Whoever you deem as a higher power source, go immediately into prayer. So whether a person is saying, I'm praying and everything is okay, but somebody is familiar with energies who are always lurking. When people are familiar with those types of energies, familiar spirits who are always lurking, they always just kind of sitting back, laying in the cut. They always just kind of sitting back. They really don't have a whole lot to say. They just kind of, sitting there, squinty eyes, just kind of sitting back, laying in the cut, acting like, they're the protector, like they the bodyguard, but they not. They sneaky, waiting to pounce on something, rolling their eyes in the background, that kind of thing. Whether it's a man or woman, it doesn't matter. Bullies. They act like they're protecting you, but they have a very bullying type of a spirit, just waiting for somebody to move on so that they can pounce, right? But something about your energy gave off an energy that people can read between the lines. And so Source is saying, the moment something was delayed, so either a flight was delayed where you and someone was separated in a flight, somebody immediately went into prayer warrior mode. You got to remember, speaking of time, it's time to flourish. You got to remember, time is relative, right? So things happen in God's time, not our time. Yeah, so money is coming across your path. A lot of it. A lot of money is coming across your path. So be grateful for that people who actually pray for you when you think they've walked away, and they immediately say they let God fight their battles. So something about your faith has just gotten stronger. Yeah. You don't have to worry about what people talk about, people behind their backs. They used to it. Something about you, the Ten of Swords, from now on is not going to worry about what people say about you behind your back. This is a generational cycle chain and curse. You're not going to worry about what people are saying behind your back. Oh, they behind closed doors. You know, people talking about them behind their back. We got to go check on them. This is what a lot of people have in common. We got to go check on them. We got to do a wellness check. We got to go see if something's wrong with them or whatever. No, they'll know because you'll be operating in your North Node. Here's number 10, your rule 10th house. When you operate in your North Node, you know that source has your back. They'll hear about it. It's like this air right here. It'll be through the wind. They'll hear about it. Whether you're on a public platform like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, whatever, they'll hear about it. They'll know. They may not they may not publicly support you because they're too busy talking about you behind your back, trying to figure out where their North Node is. All they need to do is pull their birth chart, right? All they need to do is pull their birth chart. But the point is that you have prayer warriors. Yeah. So like a lion that sits in wait in a jungle, right? Instead of being regal and knowing that it's in human form, a lion, this right here, I'm an animal, which is a predator that sits and waits. This is in lion form. We're not talking about a human. A lion is a predator, a land predator, right? That waits to prey on energies, waits to pounce. Source is saying to you, yeah, these are energies you won't pay any more attention to anymore. You're paying attention to energy, the wrong type of energies, right? You don't pay attention to these energies. They planted some kind of a seed that you are paying attention to, right? You won't be giving any more air to energies like that. It can't grow if you don't give any air to it. Like think about if you're planting a seed in soil, right? It needs air. That's one of the elements, one of the main elements for it to grow. You need sunlight, that's fire. You need soil, that's earth, right? You need air, right? You need water. You need those 4 elements, right? Right. So somebody planted a seed in your spirit, right? You listening and talking about it, that's air, right? That fire was fear. That fear, that fire. Somebody put a fire up under somebody. Must have said something or whatever to put the fear in you. The fear of the devil, your fear, a threat or something. May have told you weren't smart enough. Right here, because this is where all this air is. You're not smart enough. You'll never amount to anything. Maybe you don't have enough education, whatever. Told you some kind of lie that preyed on something that was, played mind games. That's what this is, right? Right? Somebody's going to leave you behind or so told you something shady or something somebody could have said to you or whatever the case may be. Playing tricks on your mind, playing mind games, whatever. Bullied. Somehow you must have been bullied in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or telling you that somebody was going to be bullied or whatever. Who knows what somebody said? Some people pay attention to that kind of stuff. Some people don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, whatever. Something, but in hindsight, you felt like you should have walked away from something, right? And again, I'm just reading the cards. Take only what resonates with you. But something could have given you almost a nervous breakdown in your mind. When somebody goes back to remember something, somebody goes, they should have just walked away from something. They just walked away, right? Yeah. So I see your money growing. I see your money growing. Yours and someone else's money growing as a result. Yeah. Source is trying to help somebody live a softer life. Source is trying to help you to live a softer life. If you feel like you're being bullied or someone is playing mind games or whatever the case may be, open your mouth and speak up. Speak up. Yeah. Your sign, earth signs, are loners, right? And so if you feel like, someone else is a loner, that's why people, kind of sort of are loners. They deal with that kind of energy. They deal with those type of energies. They don't talk about their money. They don't talk about, they kind of keep things close to the cuff. So it's time for you to flourish. But Source had to get you away from physically get you away from some energy. So mourning about bullying energies, somebody should be shouting, clapping, stomping, and cheering. Thank God I'm away from certain types of energies, those bullying types of energies. Thank God it's an answered prayer, because that was aligning with other people's prayers as well, that you're away from foolery. So know when a prayer is being answered. When you pray, God, I need to be away from bullying energies, that just, all about dragging you into some mess that you didn't ask to be a part of. Learn how to rise above the judgment. You're trying to break some kind of generational cycle chain and curse that your ancestors prayed for long before you even came on the scene. Be grateful that something is behind you, because your spirit has left the building. So you broke some kind of generational cycle chain and curse. Some of you don't even realize what kind of cycle chain and curse you broke. So yeah, stop letting people pull you into stuff, drag you down into a low frequency. Oh, I gotta move, I gotta source. I'm telling y'all, that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. So yeah, hopefully this is crystal clear. Is whenever you're confused about anything at all, first thing, if you're a person who likes to pray, first thing, whoever you pray to, that's where you're going for clarity. And if you're near water, even better, go to the water and pray. If you're near water, pray and meditate. I need clear answers. There's something about being on an airplane and being split up from somebody. Because somebody was in your ear playing these silly mind games behind someone's back. It's either saying you weren't smart enough, or something about your education, or something about that. They knew somebody was thriving or something. So here's some Psalms around money. Speaking of wealth, here's some Psalms. Psalm is a book of spells. The whole Bible is a book of spells, actually. A Psalm, some scriptures for financial stewardship, because it's really speaking life over your financials and being a financial steward. And you want to be around people who keep you enlightened about how they speak life over their finances, just like people would speak life over their plants. Like people play music, that's a particular hertz that people listen to, like play music for their plants to grow. Like you listen to certain music to be on a particular frequency. You know how music invokes spirits, right? The spirit of happiness or joy, or a spirit of depression, or a spirit of excitement, or whatever spirit it invokes, right? And so you want a financial stewardship, you want to invoke that. So Psalm 24, right? That's a reminder that everything we have belongs to Source, including our finances. Psalm 112, 1 through 3. Righteousness and wealth are aligned when rooted in reverence for Source and Source's ways. Psalm 37:21 encourages financial responsibility and generosity, key traits for good stewardship. Psalm 119:36 through 37, a heart cry to stay focused on Source, not greed or materialism. Psalm 41, 1 through 2. Stewardship includes caring for those in need, which brings blessings and protection. And then also Psalm 62:10, a clear warning to stay detached from materialism, even when prosperity comes, right? And so Source is trying to help you to the circulation of wealth, not being dragged into something because people look at somebody, they have something, and that they're a loner, for you to be dragged into something that you feel like, okay, I should have walked away from something. So it's time for you to flourish. It is time for you to flourish. You're trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses. And Source is trying to align you with other loners. The Source had to physically pull you away from some energies first. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. That is what I have for someone. Hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, so it's time to purge. And after that, you're going back to your 8th house, purge all of that, mirror work. Like I said before, those 3 parts, which is the shadow work. That's what emotional truth, fear, or pattern is hiding beneath the surface that you need to confront, right? That's one, being pulled and sucked into other people's drama and mess, right? The mirror work. How is the hidden truth currently reflecting in your actions, relationship, or mindset? And then the alchemy, right? How can I transform or integrate this truth to stay aligned with my path and purpose, right? So then that's 8th house. Scorpio rules 8th house. So that's the purge, right? I'm not trying to be chained to energies who try to suck me into stuff because they don't have my best interest at heart. That's their work they need to do on themselves. That has nothing to do with you. You trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curse. You already ruled 10th house. Why are you trying to be sucked back to 8th house? You're not. Okay. That's one. Then 9th house is all about higher learning, right? Higher learning, right? And so this is where the higher learning is. You got all the tools. You got tools now, right? All of this online. That's why I put, the retrograde information up there on both TikTok. I'm on TikTok at Queen Amun Ra Tarot and also Queen Amun Ra, which has very detailed retrograde information. Very detailed questions, mantras, all of that stuff for retrograde. I give you a snippet of it on the short side, on the YouTube short side. Then you got this information here. You got access to your birth chart. You got a cell phone. You got Google. I mean, all of these are tools for higher learning, right? Free. You got access to free tools. That's 9th house, right? 10th house, you already ruled 10th house, right? So you can look that up in your birth chart. Links to birth chart free, right? So 11th house speaks to your future. This is where you're saying, okay, that number 11, I'm getting off the fence and I'm becoming enlightened because I already know where I'm going, right? So I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking about my friendships. What kind of friendship circles do I want to be in, right? I want to be around energies where this going to keep me enlightened. I don't want to be around people anymore that's going to keep me in the dark and keep me closed out where I got to find out the hard way. Oh, dang, I'm being dragged or pulled into something. And now I'm sitting here like this, lamenting over some stuff that I was kept in the dark about. Of course, everybody's not going to know everything all the time. We're not each other's gods. We're not omniscient. We're not omnipresent. We don't know everything. We're not everywhere, all knowing, all seeing. Y'all get the point. So here we have, there it is. Liberation. You feel liberated. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Right action. Let everything that wants to go. Let everything that wants to come. Somebody was just sitting in the back, just lurking, waiting to create an issue and a problem. Can't just let you have a good old time on your own. Just always got to be lurking in the background to cause you an issue or problem. Waiting to pounce. Waiting to remind you that you're not smart enough, that you don't have the tools necessary. Yes, you do. Here we have 23. I'm adventurous, right? You just want to be around people that's going to keep you enlightened, give you an opportunity to put your water in your own cup. Like, be around people that's going to keep you enlightened so you can make your own decisions. 23. I'm adventurous. You have a zest for life and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement, and you need both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. All right. Some people lurk because they don't want some secret about them out. That's the only reason why some people lurk. They don't want some secret about them out. They lurk on people's page. They just obsessed. They have an obsessive spirit. I'm telling y'all, that's why some people lurk on readers' page. They want to look, okay, well, what are they talking about today? Are they talking about me? Are they talking about every little thing? I'm telling y'all, some people lurk on readers' pages. They intentionally will not like readers' pages because they don't want y'all to see stuff. We're not worried about it, but they don't want y'all to see certain things. So they don't want, and so y'all end up telling us anyway, like, well, we didn't get y'all information in the feed. We didn't see your pages. Like, that's why you want to keep checking to see if you're still, if you are still signed up for our page, see if you still, signed up for our pages, because these energies, they don't want y'all to see. They don't want y'all to get the message, but nothing is yet set in stone. Yeah, you need to learn how to be mutable, learn how to adapt. Learn how to adapt. It's sad when you got people just sitting around lurking and they just want to pounce because you're trying to make your own decisions. They so scared that you're gonna make your own decisions and you're gonna walk away and you become more empowered. Your back is a little straighter. You're more confident. Like this person right here is walking towards the sun. You're a little bit more confident. You're making your own decisions. You're rising above the judgment of them. You're not judging them, but you're no longer under their judgment. You're trying to break your own generational cycles, chains, and curses. You're learning how to close out cycles. You're trying to create your own traditions. You're enforcing your own boundaries. Yeah. Somebody has new and exuberant love coming across their path. Yeah. Something is going to feel like a celebration for you. Yeah. So something is going to feel like a celebration for you. Somebody's confidence level is definitely, I feel like somebody was just trying to take away your confidence altogether. Whoever you are, somebody was really, really trying to put your flame out. Like you just can't, like you don't have confidence by yourself. Like you can't be independent. Creating a bunch of confusion. Here's the magician card. Like I said, dark magician energy. Like you had to be taught all over again. Like somebody had to teach you confidence on your own. Like you just didn't have like somebody just didn't have a brain in their own head. And then turn around and talk about people behind their back. Like, go figure. Like somebody wasn't coming back. I got to separate you from somebody. Like somebody not coming back. Like somebody was literally putting a spell on an airplane. Like the airplane is going to go down. Like somebody was never going to return. Okay, how did that work out? Spell work didn't work. Because people are not other people's gods. That's why. Here's the Three of Swords. Spell work went right back. So your confidence level that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Your confidence level is building because somebody is getting ready to start getting out and getting some sun. You're starting to get out, getting near water. You're starting to realize that Source has your best interest at heart. Source has your best interest at heart. The Creator. You're learning how to create your own boundaries. You're learning that we have all of this information and tools. Whoever you are, you got all this information and tools out here. You want to be around people I'm telling y'all, it takes a village. It takes a village to raise every single person out here. That's all I got, for real. It takes a village to raise every single person out here. When you got 1, 2 people thinking it's just them, something is very wrong. Very, very wrong. Yeah, somebody's going to feel as liberated as that dragonfly. Yeah. I don't know who this is that has tattoos or whatever. I don't know who this is, but somebody feels brokenhearted. Here's the three of swords here. So this energy, and remember this is genderless. It could be a man or a woman. It doesn't really matter. Well, remember in tarot it's genderless, right? So it could be man or woman, doesn't really matter. But somebody feels brokenhearted over something. But you feel liberated. So something is over. It's like you just put a sword in the sand. You don't even need to overthink something anymore. Yeah. There's a Ten of Swords here. So some kind of breakthrough happened here. Some kind of breakthrough happened here. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I don't need to pull out any more oracle cards here, but this is what I have for you. Take only what resonates with you. Please only take what resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, sometimes readings will resonate with people that you know that watch tarot. I try to say this as much as I can in my readings. If you know people don't watch tarot, or if they're offended by tarot, they don't believe in tarot, please do not push tarot on people. That'd be like, that would be like pushing your religious beliefs on somebody. That's offensive. No, please don't do that to people. That's offensive to people. It could be, borderline disrespectful to their belief systems. Try not to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you in your cards. You can put the past behind you. Put a manhole cover over the past. Anybody that's trying to send you it's going to be an immediate return to sender. Keep your vibrations high. Leave all that foolishness behind. Anybody who's trying to drag you into some mess, not your issue, not your problem. You got to back, straighten out. Yeah. Yeah. Something you won't even have to return to anymore. Yep, that's what I have for you. I don't know where everybody is in the world, but hopefully wherever you are, hopefully the weather is nice where everybody is all over the world. Enjoy the weather. All right. Bye.